Hey everybody, welcome back to the Planeswalker Coach channel. I'm your host Paladin Robin. Folks, today we're going to be doing this video that covers the Silver Duel. Alright, so Silver Duel, you can see it on your screen here. It's one of the newer events, and I do think that this is a good one. There's a lot of good stuff that you can win from this one. You've probably seen it already, so I won't go over a ton of that with you folks today. Today what I'm going to be doing is showing this deck that you can see here for Kaito. And before I get into that, I'm going to just go over this really quickly. These are the objectives, right? We want to make sure that we win the fight. We have this Nimble, which is casting of the 5 creature cards or any card that has 12 or less for its casting cost. And then Meek, so that's 3 or more creatures with a toughness 2 or less. Okay, so we got to get that done. These are all the objectives, as you can see. The big part that you'll notice with Silver Duel is that you have some things here, but the big parts are this. You only can use commons and uncommons for this, okay? So you'll see that that's a theme in this deck. Alright, so let's take a look at the deck. Here's the deck that I have. The first thing that you may notice here is that you have these 3 creatures. 2 of them here, these 2, are very, very important. You gotta have both of them, okay? That's what I'm just gonna say. You gotta have both of them. Perforating Artist. I'll go over this really quickly. Survival, your opponent discards a card. If they can't, they lose 3 life. So this one is going to be good with the next card, and you can see that there's something that they have in common. It's this one here. At the end of your turn, your opponent discards a card. Alright, so the important part is this deck is a deck that's going to play a lot of defense strictly by making sure your opponent discards cards. Alright, you can see here we're going to be trying to make sure that they discard cards. The previous one here, they're going to be discarding every turn again. And we're hoping to get them down to 0 cards every turn, right? Here's another one that's going to help us to get cards out of the hand. Alright, so once we get that going, we should be able to have a good amount of defense because your opponent is going to be losing cards every turn. They're not going to be able to play anything, specifically because they can't pay it off in the amount of time that they have before you discard it for them. Alright, so those 2, super important. Here's the last creature that I have. This one is basically a big, nasty whatever you have. Okay, you may have a different creature. I have this one. I like this one just because you got 8 over here for the power. That's pretty big. And we do want to make sure we prioritize the strength of the creature here, right? So power. Alright, that's all you want with this. What we're going to try to do is play this one with Kaito, get down to this 3rd ability here. This 3rd ability allows us to create a Shadow Scroll token. This is what the Shadow Scroll token does. The thing you have to remember is that when you have a creature and it deals damage to your opponent, so like combat damage, you can look through your deck and pick one of the 4 creature cards that are on the top of your deck, okay? Once you find the one that you want, you can place it into your hand and it gets full mana. So that's going to be really good. You'll get some free creatures that way. Alright, so that's going to be really good for you. It's going to gain that full mana. You can only use this twice in a turn, but you know what? That's still pretty good. So obviously what we're going to try to do is get that ability. We're hopefully going to have these 2 already so that the opponent will be locked down. They can't be playing any cards. And every time we get a creature to attack and it deals that damage, we're looking for the Marauding Brine Fang, okay? Because that's going to get bigger and bigger and then be able to do damage. Okay? So that's the important parts. Got a couple of other things over here to help me to gain mana, stuff like that. Good things here, this one for some defense, very important. And this one will help me to draw extra cards, pick some cards, that kind of thing, right? Because we want to make sure we have what we need, so we need to get this one going as well. Alright, so let's take a look. As we get started here, I'm hoping to make sure that we get to a place where we can get our opponent to be discarding cards very, very frequently. Oh look, that's a good creature right here. This guy right there is going to help us to get that done, so that's a good start. At this point, we're looking good. We'll go with this. Okay, that's really super awesome. That's great. Okay, so at this point, and you can see what's happening, the opponent is discarding cards. Alright, they're gonna be able to play one here. That's probably the worst thing they can do, because now they have only 1 card in the hand. And now I'm going to be able to take that card out using this guy here. And we're looking pretty good so far. Alright, this is a really good start, folks. Really good start. We'll hit this guy here. He's going to be dead. And my creature over here, the Stick Twister, is going to take out their card. Alright, now you're going to see what I like to refer to as the lockdown. Okay, this is the lockdown because you see your opponent has drawn a card. They put some mana on that card. They're not able to pay it off, so it's your turn. Alright, now that it's my turn, I'm going to take my turn as usual. And at the end of my turn, this guy is going to force my opponent to discard this card here. What that basically means is they're not going to be able to pay this one off. That provides me with a terrific advantage. A really big advantage here that, you know, it's just one of those things that if you can get something like that going, it's going to be a game winner. You can see over here they've gotten rid of that card. Alright, so now the opponent has the card. It's already paid off, full in hand. They're not going to play it, whatever it is, and my card is going to get rid of their card here. Alright, so again, they're in lockdown. They are not able to play stuff. There you go. You can see that the card is out of the hand again. Now, here's an interesting thing. They've drawn a few extra cards. That does help them. However, it really helps me that I have two creatures that you can see that both of them allow me to make sure that the opponent is getting rid of cards in hand. Alright, so I'm going to hit this. There we go, that helps. And this guy's going to get rid of one card, and that guy's going to get rid of one card too, so you can see there, the hand is draining again. Now, the opponent really has to destroy some of these creatures that I have, and they got one down there. And the reason they got to destroy those cards is because these are the ones that are keeping them from playing stuff on the board here. Alright, so the opponent at this time is making some moves. They're able to get some things going. For the most part, we're taking stuff out of the hand. So really good there. That's a really good way to play some defense. You know, if you do it like that, it basically means your opponent's going to have a really difficult time getting things going. They're not going to be able to play cards, as I said. Alright, and you can see in our hand we have some really good defensive cards here. That's why we included a bunch of them, because now you can see what's happening. We're doing some damage, we're getting rid of cards here. Whatever they are able to play, the few that they are able to play, are just getting wiped out. You know, we had stuff in the hand here. So we'll go with this. I want to see what we got. We'll go with that. Alright, very cool. Now again, they don't have anything in hand. They tried to play it. They don't have enough mana. We're going to get rid of this for them. And you can see, like I said, what's happening, right? They're not able to play these things because we're just draining it out of hand so quickly. And really, that's the way this deck is built. It's going to win because of that. Okay, at this point, we're going to hit this one pretty soon. So we'll go like this. Now that you've seen some defense with this deck, just getting rid of all these cards, I'll show you the offense that the deck plays. Once you get Shadow Scroll, it's basically time to play offense. Alright, and I'll show you what I mean. Time to play offense. We'll go with this. Now, because we've been able to attack, we have done some damage, and now we're able to take a card that we like from our deck, those nasty Brine Fang creatures, and put them into your hand. And like I said, they have full mana. They're ready to go on offense for you. Look at that, very cool. You can see the opponent is on lockdown. They're not able to play these cards here. When they have them, they get some mana on them, but we are able to destroy them here, as you can see. So really cool. Just totally excellent. You know, just doing it like this just really helps you, because you're really not having to do a whole lot of extra, right? All I'm doing right now is making sure I get some creatures on the board, and those creatures are playing that nice defense for me. There we go. You can see that. Nothing in the hand again. Okay, so the opponent here now has used his ability to put some stuff into the hand, and let's see what they can do. They really need to get rid of these two here, because these are the ones that are making sure that they basically are on lockdown. And they're not able to do that this time. Tell you what, we'll go like this. We got a nice match 5 here. Very cool. Wicked roll, you know what? No, just for now. There we go. Stick Twister and a Marauding Brine Fang again. Alright, tell you what, we'll hit this. We like to get those loyalties going. Marauding Brine Fang again. And a Perforating Artist. Okay. You can see the thing that I'm trying to go for here with this deck, right? Trying to make sure that in the end, this end game that we're playing right now, we have cards that are getting taken out of the opponent's hand just by these guys. That helps me with my defense. And offensively, at this point, we are making sure we got those Brine Fangs going, right? And that's really how we're going to play offense and defense here with this deck. And you can see we're doing a great job. They're not able to put up a whole lot of damage with these two creatures. We got some really good things going. They're not able to play a whole lot from the hand. That does help us a lot. Look at that, a big shot there. Okay, and there's my Marauding Brine Fang. It looks like we're going to win it here on this next turn. Very cool. You guys can see the opponent is pretty much on lockdown here. And it's one of those things that, you know, if you can get that done and get it done early, this game is in your favor pretty firmly. Go like that. Alright, and at this point, it pretty much doesn't matter what we do, we're going to win. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this really helps kind of get you guys thinking about what you can do with some of these creatures and, you know, some of the commons and uncommons. I look forward to doing more videos kind of like this where we just go with commons, uncommons. I think that really helps the new player, and that's really what I'm about, just helping all of you guys, especially the new folks, just fall in love with this game. Anyway, that's enough for me. Like and subscribe, share with all your friends. It really helps the channel. Good gaming, guys.